Hey, welcome back. It's the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike. This is episode 48, and we have a special guest in the studio with us today from the Geeks of Comedy, Miss Samantha Ivy, sitting in the house, in the house, in Kermit's house that his girlfriend pays for.
And?
Right off the bat.
Nothing. How you doing?
Good. I'm so excited.
You're so excited?
I have no idea.
What are you so excited about?
This is like my favorite podcast ever.
What? That's
true.
amazing.
It's true.
Yeah.
I listen to it all the time.
Really?
Yep. Not on repeat because I'm not going to listen to the same stuff twice, but I listen to every episode.
Wow. So you're the one. Like every week when we look at the numbers and we've
It's
only
her.
had one person listen, I thought it was my mom. It turns out to be Samantha Ivy.
Ivy.
And now I got to call my mom and be like, you said you were listening.
No, it's
So-
definitely me.
So how you been?
Good.
Uh,
Having a good time?
yeah, we're doing all right. For those of you who live in Central Florida and are unfamiliar with Samantha Ivy, hands down, probably the funniest feature act that Bonkers has working for him right now. I'd say Bonkers Comedy Club, right?
Yeah, we'll say.
Yeah. She's the go-to. If you can get out to her show, you're going to go. If you can get on a show with her, definitely do that. I think I met you, when was your first, I think I first met you out in Melbourne, Florida. I think you were doing a show with Duncan J, maybe? Maybe I saw you out there.
I think, okay, the first time that I ever saw you was at the other bar. Was at, oh, hello.
There you
Was
go.
at-
There you go.
Was at the other bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I went there and I brought my guitar, and it was my first time like out of town. I spent 3 years in Daytona, and I like didn't go to any other open mic ever for 3 years. And so my first time out into Orlando was at the other bar, and I walk in with my guitar, everybody's staring at me like I'm an idiot. I knew that Ken Miller was the guy I was supposed to talk to, and I look at him and I'm smiling, and Ken Miller looks at me and goes, "What the fuck you smiling at?" So I was petrified and felt really out of place, and I did my song. And after the show, you were hosting, and you brought Ken Miller up, and you guys were bantering, and he was like, "Anything I missed?" And you were like, "Yeah, that chick with the guitar."
Ah.
And so, yeah,
See, I'm not 100% a douchebag like all the time.
it was really sweet.
You're right.
It was so sweet. So
Yeah.
I think, but we didn't work together. That was like the only interaction we had. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then you start showing up more mics and doing more showcases, and then I run the Geeks of Comedy with Kevin White, and when we started having the idea to do these roast shows, we were like, man, we really need to, all of a sudden it couldn't just be like the core group of 4 or 5 comics anymore. I'm like, we need to fill this out. And Kevin White and I sat down and we're like, man, who can we get for this role and this role? And like, once your name popped up, we were like, let's do it.
awesome.
And we put you on, and I think you've been on every roast. You're one of those people, whenever we set up a Geeks show or a roast or MegaCon or anything, you're like at the top of the list. Like, let's see if Samantha's going to be available, because you usually end up being the highlight of the night. So yeah, and no, it's great working with you. So it was really exciting to get you on the show today.
It's hard to compete with Kermit.
Wait, are we doing it?
Wow, this is turning into a roast
It's
itself.
turning into a roast already? Is that where we're going at?
Yeah, first she kicks your ass at Mario Kart. Now she's going to talk shit about you on your own show, at your own
Cheated.
table.
She cheated at Mario Kart, for the record.
How'd she cheat?
Because you came like super late and I had to answer the damn door.
Super late or just on time?
If you were Hispanic, but you're not.
Okay,
so-
and let me ask you this. I got here, and did we sit down and start recording?
Yeah.
Did we?
Like 5 minutes in.
Did we?
Yeah. You're in my house. You have to freaking agree with me.
Yeah, no, Kermit was totally ready.
Uh-huh.
This is nice water, Kermit.
Sure.
Yeah,
He's
see?
such a good host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys sound good, right? I feel like my mic's messing up over here.
No, you sound good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I sound good.
yeah.
Her mic seems a little bit low every now and then.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Can I just
And,
not know what I'm doing?
No, it's like your mic goes in and out, but it's still the levels are reading. And this is what people don't want to hear, but it's happening.
Well, I think we need to call Preacher and tell him we need new microphones. Preacher, thank you for the board. It sounds amazing. It's great. Yeah, we just need new mics.
We need new mics. Son of a bitch. Screw it. Well, that was weird, a transition, but I had to make sure that I didn't want to get 30 minutes in and then like, hey, is the mic messing up? And then you guys yell at me and bitch at me all the time. And
We should have spent the time checking the mics.
we
other
should have
than
instead of playing Mario Kart.
Do we have another mic?
Yeah, but it's just same as shitty mic as that one, so it doesn't matter.
No.
It's all right, man. I think it was working now.
I can hear.
All right. Well, don't yell at me.
Good job, guys. We killed 2 minutes.
Hey, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes. Mike gets so pissed, dude, when you do this. Like he's already out. He's already in his mode. Look, he's checking his messages. Mm-hmm. He's all pissed off.
I had 3 other podcast offers tonight, but I did this one.
You're such a lie. Nobody wants you besides me.
Excuse me. Monday through Thursday of this week, I'm actually on Real Laughs on 104.1. So I'd just like to point that out, that I'm very in demand for things I'm willing to do for free.
That is fair.
But so, what's going on with you? Because you got a show coming up here at the Improv too, don't you?
Yes, next week I will be hosting for Jeff Jones.
Oh, nice.
So I'm super stoked. It's kind of weird though, because like a week ago I got a message from another booker asking me to feature for him like in a few months, and I just thought it was weird because I don't do a lot of shows with him, but I feel like now they're like, oh, Jeff Jones, let's go with Samantha Ivy.
Yeah, I could see that.
Good. Okay.
I actually
put them together.
We don't
under
get
the rainbow.
We don't. Oh, that's right. Because
I got asked to feature for him because it's Pride Month in DeLand, so I'll be featuring for him during Pride Month. I don't know what date that is. Don't ask me.
You're not very on top of your Pride week.
I don't know when my gigs are until I wake up in the morning and check my calendar.
Was it? Is it February? Is Black History Month because it's the shortest month of the year? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And then next month is Gay Pride Month.
Is that it?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Did they really lump Gay Pride Month right onto Black History Month?
I have no idea.
It's like you gays just come in and take everything from the black man.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm looking it up right now.
Are we? Can we Google that?
I'm Googling it.
Googling when Gay Pride is.
When Gay Pride Month is. Cause then we
I
got.
didn't even know it was a thing until I got booked for
I was
during the month.
I was gonna say when you come out, is that like someone sends you a brochure and updates you now that you're gay? Here's everything you need to know.
Nobody sent me an email. Nothing.
Jesus Christ!
Gay Pride Month is in June.
It's in June. Wow. So I guess you're way off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because they thought you were funny and had nothing to do with your sexuality.
Oh. Wait, it is, but no, the gig's in Gay Pride Month.
Oh, so they're booking you for June?
Yeah. But
What?
Yeah.
No, your show is like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's not for Gay Pride Month. But the other show, that's why they booked me. This one, I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. I love Jeff.
This one might just be because I'm funny.
Okay.
Nice. Jeff actually made it out. We were hanging out with him last night. We were at the other bar. They had the auditions for hosts for Bonkers Comedy Club. They were holding out the other bar, and Jeff Jones was on the judge panel to sit there. And yeah, and there was actually was actually one guy auditioning, and what's his name? Jeff too? I think his name might have been Jeff. There was another Jeff auditioning, and about 2 minutes into his set, the guy went in and talked about being gay, and Jeff Jones looked at me and was like, "It's been done."
Oh yeah, he was from Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple of people I hadn't seen auditioning for host work last night. That girl that came from Atlanta, Haley or something.
Yeah, she did good.
She went up last because she was late because Ken Miller gave her the wrong address. He sent her to Boardwalk Bowl for a host audition.
Ouch.
Which, if you're not familiar with the area, it's not even close.
Oh my
It's probably what, a good 30 minutes.
Well, 10 minutes away from downtown.
Without traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she showed up last, and the night had already, some of the audience had started walking out. It was the last time we did host auditions, like we had probably 15, 16 people. It was packed there. And I think we had so many people actually pass that one. There was like out of the 15, 16, I think we passed like 6 hosts who did great jobs. Last night, you were just people you thought were going to do great. Yeah.
They just didn't bring their best stuff.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how you guys gave him a pep talk before show. Like, listen, we want a clean set. You know, you're supposed to be a cheerleader. Your job is to bring the crowd and want them to be at a comedy show. So just keep it, fun and clean. Fucking comedians are like, you ever took a pussy and then wear it like a hat?
Yeah.
And you walk around with the pussy hat, and it's like, then they get off stage like, I didn't say fuck. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because after the auditions, we always sit down. We always sit down with everybody and either let them know they didn't pass this time around, or we want to offer them guest spots so we can see them in front of a real audience, or they're hosts. And it's amazing how many times people come up afterwards and you're like, dude, I couldn't, I couldn't even judge you because you went right into eating ass jokes, and we can't. And it's not our rules. It's like Bonkers Comedy Club specifically for the host asked that the host not be dirty or blue or anything. And people get so defensive. They're like, I didn't say fuck once. I didn't say fuck. I didn't say shit. I'm like, you talked about having a 12-year-old jerk you off in the back of your car. But I didn't say fuck. I didn't say I fucked her. I said she jerked me off. I'm like, all right.
That's my opening line. I'm here to tell
can't get rid of that. That's my opener. Yeah.
I love awkward laughs.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
So,
I do two things. I tell jokes and eat ass, and I'm all full right now.
I just want to know how those jokes get written, because usually if I'm in a moment, I'm like, I'm totally going to write a bit about this. Like, who's eating ass? And it's like, this would be funny.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
They just have a note. They're just writing notes on their ass cheeks.
Ass eating.
Yeah, Kermit's not a fan of the ass eating.
No, not at all.
But he does like taunting her with his asshole.
Wait, are we going back into the whole history?
It came up.
Yes.
Samantha brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
That was a good episode.
Well, of me showing my beehole to my girl.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Do you know that song is considered like it's like I guess a classic, but I mean it's a classic, but like people don't know that song anymore. Like I did that joke on stage and people were like, "What song is that?" And I just looked at him like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't get your song reference." I was like, "Oh." And like I just kind of like shut up. I was just like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's why no one laughs at you. They don't get the song references.
Son of a bitch. Hey, talking about my beehole on stage is great.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting to do the host auditions. You always kind of feel bad for some of the people. We had one guy audition last night for like his 8th time, and that guy's the guy you always hope does well because you just don't want to have another. Yeah. We are actually, like most audiences, and I tell this to younger comics, believe it or not, most audiences want you to do well. When I'm judging or looking for hosts, I hope that everybody comes out and kills it. Like, because it sucks. I know a lot of people love this, and you hate being the one that goes, hey, not yet, But if you don't, then you get guys like this on stage.
9th time's a charm.
Yeah, Kermit took the other road. He's like, if you don't like my jokes, I'm going to learn to make flyers. Now I'm indispensable.
Dang.
Yeah. Are you? And speaking of which, you're at the Improv this week, opening for Sean Finnerty, right?
No, I found out I'm not hosting. I'm just doing a set.
Oh, because you made a flyer, right?
Yeah, and
okay, that's just
first off, I'm good friends with Mr. Sean Finnerty.
Okay,
and he just invited me.
Yeah. So who else is on that show?
Me, Pedro, Simon Nash, Ken Miller, Dean
Napolitano.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's someone I'm missing.
Who's hosting?
Ken.
All right. Cool.
I'm missing someone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
How do you know all that information?
If only you had made the flyer.
I did make the flyer with just Sean's face, no names.
Bunch of shamrocks because he's Irish, and I like stereotypes.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Man, that was a very stereotype poster." I was like, "And he's Irish. What do you want me to do about it?"
So let's get to the biggest story of the week, because I didn't even read this story, and I just started seeing all these memes and videos, and it was just Trump. It looked photoshopped. It was Trump standing in front of a table with just like everything you would see in a mall food court in Ocoee. And
the McDonald's buffet.
Yeah, did you see this?
Yes.
What the fuck? Like, I didn't know. I thought someone had made some kind of weird reference. I'm like, what did he say about hamburgers that he's now a meme with a ton of hamburgers? And then I found out that it was an actual photo. Yeah. So
I like how people are photoshopping. What was the robber from McDonald's?
Rabble.
The
Hamburglar. But he's not the Hamburglar now because he's the what do you say? He misspelled hamburger in a tweet this time around. He put hamburger or something.
Yeah, he spelled it wrong.
And then they deleted that.
And then Burger King jumped in on him on Twitter. And they're like, due to a large order placed yesterday, we're all out of hamburgers. We just serve hamburgers today.
Yeah.
So
Burger King's taking swipes. Even the people that make $9.75 an hour are like, fuck this guy. I like it.
Yeah,
and
no.
It's like for a football team, right?
That's the funny thing. They're athletes.
Clemson Tigers,
Why
right?
would they want
fast food
Yeah.
and pizza. Yeah, it made no sense.
Yeah. And I think one of the players on the team came out with a supporting Trump statement. He's like, yeah, why wouldn't we love to eat this stuff? It's amazing. I'm like, there's a guy that doesn't like black people.
Oh, jeez. I didn't say that. Oh, my gosh.
No, I mean, look, these guys, it's so incongruent to see these team because they're all dressed up in like suits and everything else. We're going to the White House. We're meeting the president. And then the president's like, well, due to the government shutdown, we don't. You're telling me, he doesn't have a private chef at the White House right now. You're telling me that they couldn't do anything for these players besides this. And not only that, look, there's a reason I eat fries. Baby's mama hates that when I was getting fast food back before I found you and you put me on this fucking diet shit.
I saw what you ate yesterday, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I ate 0 carbs yesterday before that because I knew I was going there.
And you had
Some
cookies.
Good. That was forced down my throat.
You lying motherfucker.
Let's get back to the point.
Okay.
We'll talk about that after the show.
After the show?
But
you ate 2 cookies.
I ate one cookie.
They're big, bro.
I got
They're like a damn iPad.
Everyone else got the big cookies. I got the little ones.
There is no little ones. I've been to that place.
You got little ones. I've seen you
I
naked.
left, you son of a bitch. Don't even try to put this on me.
No, I was talking about your balls again. Old Smurf balls Gonzalez.
I'll put them on this table.
Will you? You need a high chair to get up
That's
there?
not the point.
Okay.
Listen,
This is so nice to see this live.
this is so nice to see us bickering.
Because every episode, Mike says, I've been doing so well, but that one time.
Well, thanks for sitting in today, Samantha Ivy. It was great having you as a guest. Wow, that mic really is bad. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we're going to have to cut this short. Get her the fuck out of here.
Listen,
But-
Kermit, it was 4 a.m.
Yeah. But
This song came on to remind me of prom.
But baby's mama gets pissed because every now and then she'll find a McDonald's French fry in the car. And here's my take on that. If you don't eat McDonald's French fries right when you get them, let's face them, they already serve them to you halfway cold. Most of the time, McDonald's is like, here you go, we were waiting on the fries. I'm like, how did I wait 10 minutes on these fries and they're lukewarm right now? And then you start eating them on the way home because if you wait till they get home, they're fucking sticks. So I feel bad for this whole, even when you pick up food for your friends and would go back to the dorms, the food quality is already gone. The further you're away from the actual McDonald's, the worse the food's going to taste by the time you get there. And this fucker, you see him pose, just setting up that photo shoot, that food is fucking horrible at that point.
I didn't think about that.
There was no heating thing. Like even when you go to a wedding, like I would yeah. What's that? What are those things, the heating
Heat lamps.
There's the heat lamps, but when you go out to they got those
the
catering holders where they put the food in, they have the little blue torch underneath. There wasn't even fucking that there. So by the time these guys walked in, it was just like, hey, do you want this
cold ass hamburger,
this frozen
soggy
pizza,
ass lettuce on this Big Mac?
Yeah. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, well, since of the shutdown, I paid for these out of my pocket. I'm like, well, I doubt we're going to see a receipt for that because we still wait on your tax return. So, I don't I need to see. Did you pay for this or did you check out when the Trump Charity Foundation?
What a cunty thing to say, too, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Because the government thing shut down, I bought these out of my pocket. It's but it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your you piece of shit.
But yeah.
It's like if you broke somebody's leg and you're like, yeah, but I'll pay for the cast. That doesn't make it better.
And then also because of the blizzards going on up north, it turns out that a lot of the executive staff, like the chefs and stuff, weren't at the White House because of the actual shutdown because of the weather. Like stay off the roads, everything like that. But he's playing it like, well, those Democrats and their fucking snow keeping the staff out of here today. Yeah.
Oh my.
I didn't hear that.
And it's not like, I guess the Clemson Tigers.
You're making it up, but knowing Trump, you're not.
I guess the Clemson Tigers were there last year as well. And same thing, but last year they did like a barbecue spread. And one of the players had said, this is the best meal I've ever had in my life. And even that barbecue, you're like, okay, so it's barbecue. So that's great. You got a big,
That's better than what he did here. I think barbecue.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I expected it to be like filet mignon and shit, but at the same time, put a little thought into it. And someone else brought up, these are all top performing athletes who are used to having their diets, this, and this. I'm not saying these guys probably didn't enjoy like, oh, great, we get to eat crap food, but their coach was probably sitting there going, all right, guys, just take it easy. And then he can't even be honest. He does one tweet where he's like, so we got like 300 hamburgers here. And then we got the pizzas and everything else. And then the very next thing, he's like, these guys went through 1,000 hamburgers. I'm like, dude, this isn't your inauguration, all right? You can't lie. Once again, we saw the pictures. Like, his staff's going to get to these photos. Like, look, I can see all the gaps on those tables there. He's going to go Photoshop in more hamburgers later on. There were 1,000.
The funny shit is, the decoration, the decor is more expensive than the entire meal. Like that candle piece right there. They were serving
it on fine china and everything else. Oh, I also read an article where Trump actually does love fast food. He's a big fan of the fast food.
There's salads.
Yeah, but how much sugar in those salads? They came from McDonald's. And the thing is though, he actually, I guess he's a big fan of the fillet of fish, which makes him the only person who gets the fillet of fish.
Yeah.
So he's that douchebag who went out and ordered food for everybody, but only ordered what he likes eating. Like, because there's like 60 fillet of fish sandwiches there. And I guarantee when he left, or they all left, there was 59 fillet of fish sandwiches sitting on that table. Nobody eats fucking fillet of fish.
Oh, my gosh.
What a fucking D-bag.
Yeah.
The problem is he's such an idiot. He probably genuinely thinks he's doing a good job. Like, it's such a douche move, but I don't think that he did it.
I like how...
I think he genuinely was like, this is an awesome idea, and I'm the hippest president.
And he can't just make it about, like, hey, great, these guys won a championship. It's kind of traditional to invite them to the White House to celebrate. But he can't even make it about that. He's got to go do this and that, then be like, well, it'd be a lot better... But those Democrats, that's why I got to pay for food out of my pocket. Get the hell out of here. You know what? I bet he kept all the Happy Meal toys for himself. I bet none of the players even got they those are the same silver serving trays that were used for like when Lincoln would bring guests over and they would put soups in them. Right now they got ranch and honey mustard.
I like how there's a picture of Lincoln in the background just looking disappointed.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's the painting.
Look,
it almost looks like Lincoln's face palming himself as he watches.
He's like, yes, wow, Jesus. Come on. This is what I took a bullet in the head for. This bullshit.
This is it.
Yeah. But speaking of fast food, what'd you eat last night?
I was at Gringo's Locos, the original location on, what was that?
Church or whatever, 50 or middle.
You're right off Orange down there. It's not Central, is it?
Mm-mm.
No. I should know the street.
Do we have to?
Well, I want to give it credit.
Of course you do.
Because I go to the one on Michigan a lot now because it's like less foot traffic and stuff.
It is not Robinson, Washington.
Okay, yeah. So I went to Gringo's Locos on Washington, in downtown Orlando, and I had the mouth hugger burrito. And unfortunately, even though I've cut out soda, I can't have Gringo's without that Mexican Coke they have there.
It's not Mexican Coke. It's just Coca-Cola.
But it's bottled in Mexico.
No, it's just Coke, though. You can't say Mexican Coke.
It's bottled in Mexico.
The bottle is in Mexico.
It's bottled in Mexico.
And all the other Cokes.
That's why I'm so against this wall. Because if they shut down my ability to get Mexican Coke.
There's a difference between American Coke and Mexican Coke?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference?
The nose knows.
Wait, what? What do you mean the nose knows?
Well, originally Coca-Cola actually had cocaine in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe, this is my personal belief, even though FDA can't prove
Bro
this.
science of Mike, hold up. Go ahead.
I believe there's still the Coke that gets bottled in Mexico just because there's so much cocaine down there. It's impossible not to get residual Coke.
Flowing through the air.
Yeah, so
you think there's cocaine in the Coca-Colas that you drink from Gringos?
When I have a Coca-Cola from Gringos at 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't go to sleep. And what else does that? Cocaine.
Or sugar.
Lots of it.
Why are you still here, Samantha Ivy?
So wait, if I had a Coke here from, I don't know, Texas, and then there's a Coke from Mexico.
I will take the Coke versus Coke challenge. Yes, I would do that. And I would get it right. I'd actually be able to tell you if it was from a bottle,
telling me if I poured
from a fountain, if it was the Mexican Coke or bottled in Atlanta. Yes, I would.
No way.
I would.
No way.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
When
if I had a can and a bottle and I mixed this shit up, you wouldn't know.
Dude,
He's so desperate for a soda. He's like, I bet.
My parents started giving me Coke when I was a baby in a bottle. All right. So it's when you've had something your whole life. Like I would know, like with you, like I would never question your ability to tell if it was a black man's dick or a white man's dick if you were blindfolded. You would know.
Whoa, what?
Clarification, he's talking to Kermit.
Yeah, I'm just. You seem like you maybe know the difference.
No, I don't.
No.
How is that even comparison to Coca-Cola?
The black man's dick is black. The white man's dick is. How would you not know that?
Wait, how did it become a dick conversation?
Why are you making this weird? We're just talking about cocks and balls.
You're making
here.
It weird.
It's just the color.
Stay out of this. You're making this weird.
I'm not making this weird. I'm saying it's something so obvious.
Yeah.
Your mind went from Coca-Cola to dick.
I'm just saying, when you know something, you know something. When you can tell the differences, you see them quite easily. You're telling me you couldn't, if you saw a picture of a black cock and a white cock, you couldn't tell which one belonged to the black guy? That's what you're telling me? But what's that got
to do talking about Coca-Cola? You doing a taste test. You talking about tasting
if you
cock?
Want to taste the cock.
No, you're tasting the cock.
You have to, I'm tasting. No, I'm
tasting cock.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Look.
Yeah. In fact, probably out of the three of us, Samantha's probably the one who's least likely to have tasted a cock in her life.
That's not true. They start somewhere.
Whoa. What's this they? Wow. See? What'd you say right before we sat down? Kermit, it's so nice to be here to be able to listen to your racism and, person.
Is that racism?
What?
No, that's homophobia.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I don't believe in homophobia. I don't believe it because, like, I'm arachnophobic, and when I see a spider, I roll up a newspaper and I hit it. I've never done that to a gay person. Wouldn't that be weird? And that's why when people are like, "I'm just a little homophobic," I'm like, "No, you're not." Because when a gay person came close to you, you'd scream and run and get me to go hit it with a paper or something, But instead, I'm like, "You're just a hateful person." There's a difference, That's like, yeah, because no one ever gets together arm in arm to go protest spiders because they're arachnophobic. It's like if you're doing all that, don't call it a phobia. You're just a piece of shit. How about that? So.
That's probably the best analogy I've ever heard.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But thanks. Segue into it now. So, in case you haven't heard, how can we subtly go in? How's your girlfriend doing, Samantha? I guess that's a nice way to get into this. Is she your wife yet?
Oh God, no. Jesus. No, in May we'll be on. 7 years.
Wow.
I had to think about it for a minute.
That's that 7-year itch I've heard so much about.
Yeah, it's great. We have 6 cats, so I think we're going to stay together forever.
What are their names?
Until they die. Okay, so we have Jordy, Sasha, Ray, Kylo, Aloysius.
Aloysius.
That's the one we don't like.
That's the one the other cats beat the shit out of.
And then Prem.
Prem?
Yes.
And that was 6. You said 7, right?
No, 6.
You
I have
sure?
6 cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are 7 for some reason.
I only like one. I only like Ray.
That's it?
Yeah.
And you have a dog too, right?
Yeah, Maddie, but she doesn't count. She's really old.
Okay.
So that just kind of shows you how Samantha feels about the people in our country. The old ones don't count. There you go.
Senior citizens are no matter.
That's fine, because those are the ones who would have called you guys witches and burned you out of the town anyways. What? A woman shouldn't lie with another woman as much as I've always wanted to, but I hate you for having the life that I was too scared to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, I don't think I've ever asked you, because it's not my fucking business, but we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
At what age did you decide that penises were so ugly you were going to go lick vaginas?
I actually grew up super sheltered. So I was like 18. Well, I was around like 16, 17 when I was like, oh, I think I like girls. Because a friend of mine was like, hey, I like you. And I was like, oh, no, that feels right.
Oh, no, that feels right. I guess this is what I do now.
Because guys would be like, I like you. And I'd be like, don't get near me. I had a boyfriend my sophomore year. And one of the agreements we made when we started dating was he wasn't allowed to kiss me.
Wait, what?
Well, no, that's yeah.
I was like, just don't kiss me, dude. I'm not trying to do any of that. And he was like, all right.
So that's when you knew.
Yeah.
Oh, that was right off the back.
Yeah. And so Rachel, actually, when we met, I had just come out, and because I came out in October of 2011.
So you were how old?
19.
Okay, so you went through all of high school just kind of
super Christian.
Super good, but you quote unquote dated that first guy.
Yeah.
And you didn't kiss. And did you guys just kind of hang out all through high school, or did you move on to someone else?
Well, in my sophomore year, I was in Orlando, and then when I moved to Daytona, he wrote me a really sweet note about how he was like, I know that we're moving far apart, and it's going to be long distance, and it's going to be hard, and if you want to meet somebody else, that's fine. But hopefully sometime I can visit and then get that kiss, and I never texted him. I just ghosted him.
Now I realize why people go arm in arm and march against you. You are heartless heathens and soulless bastards.
I really hope he's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I really hope
It'd be nice
he's
to
okay.
follow up and see where this guy is nowadays.
He's such a sad boy.
Look at her face.
Here, let me try something real quick. Let's do this.
Okay.
Because
I think yeah. Oh, hold up. Got a little tanglement.
it's gonna work.
It's gonna
Yeah.
work.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Now you're mic number
2,
2.
2,
Ooh.
and I'm mic number
3.
3. So let me crank that up a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna have to be. This is
Yeah.
better because
You project more.
well, project more, but
Mike likes putting his lips on shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, so stay far back from this one.
You might kiss Mike tonight if you kiss the mic.
I'm just willing to take one for the team so our guests can hear ourselves.
So basically, when I met Rachel, I had never been kissed. So Rachel was my first kiss and the first person I ever slept with.
Wow, that sounds like
You only been with one woman
Yep.
your entire life.
Yep.
So how you know it's the right one?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Ray.
That's a fire question, bro.
I really hope she doesn't pick up after listening to this podcast. I don't like. Initially, it was like, oh well, I want to make sure that I, give my virginity to a good person, and she was just a good person, and so I did it, and it was great. And then I was like, 5 years later, I was like, oh well, we're still doing this. Okay, sounds good.
So had she dated people before you, or was she, or were you the girl that she looked at and turned?
I was her first girl.
What? Oh my God! I want to cry. This is amazing.
Yeah. So she had boyfriends before me, but
Wow.
yep.
But so that was it. And how did you guys meet?
We were in college together, and oh god, we had a drama class together, and I thought she was really cute, but she had a boyfriend, and so I didn't talk to her because she wouldn't make eye contact with me. So I figured she was just like super homophobic, and so I didn't talk to her much because she also made me nervous because she was really pretty, and then I told a friend of mine in class that I liked her, and then when we did our final performance, the director actually sat us next to each other, and I still to this day have no idea if that was intentional or not.
Wow.
But my friend shared a scene with her, and then so she basically, whenever Rachel would tell her a story, she would be like, who wants to hear that? Sam. So she got us talking after 3 months of us not talking, and it turns out both of us had a crush on each other at the same time, and we're both too nervous to talk to each other.
Wow. So basically, if I got this timeline right, you're each other's firsts?
Yes.
Like that was your first female kiss?
Yes.
And that was her first female kiss?
Yes.
And,
Wow.
Yeah.
And 7 years? Wow.
Yeah.
It makes me realize every relationship I've ever had is shit. Like, I don't have...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah, like, look at you, divorcee over here and shit.
I told
All
her, I
right,
was
you
like,
throw that out.
I was like,
We've talked about it.
I've told all my friends, if Rachel ever leaves me, just make sure you drag me to the doctor a couple times a week, I guess, because I'm probably going to hoe out.
Wow. If Rachel ever leaves you, I think it's going to be the beginning of the best episode of Snapped ever. Like, what? What? Snapped is all about a woman killing her significant other for doing them wrong, and now we got you're both it'd be like spy versus spy. Like the black spy and the white spy who always try to kill each other in different ways. I'm like, this is so good. Wow. Well, that's
plotting.
great. We're so happy. And of course, we've met your girl several times, and she's awesome. She comes out and supports the shows
She's
and everything
ridiculously
else.
sportive.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Like beyond belief. It's like, why are you even here? But yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy. I was telling Kermit, actually, Zach Bennett, who's
Daytona comic.
Yeah, Daytona comic, been my friend forever. He actually will not message me if he wants to put me on a show. He'll message her because she books all my gigs. Half the time, if you message me on Facebook, she's the one responding.
So wait, the ones that I was talking to you, was that her? Or
No, that was me.
Okay.
So she's your Mrs. Yan. That's so nice. You have an agent.
You have an agent.
And she will tell me truthfully, just like Mrs. Yan will do to Mr. Yan.
Oh.
She will tell me truthfully if I did well or not.
Yeah, of course.
Stage.
James Yan, we've had him on the show before and everything else, but we'll be at a packed show, and his own wife will come up to me if I'm hosting the show and he's not, on a rare time that he's not doing well. She's like, give him the light. Get him off stage. She's like, give me the light. I'll do it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she did that. She did that Saturday night at Bonkers.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, to the host. She's like,
She
give me the
don't
light.
give a So, what else?
I like how we're like, man, that was a very intimate like conversation. Like now we're supposed to go to like something kind of crazy and like kind of loopy. I'm like, man, she really she's happy. Like she's really happy.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad because of all the choices I've made. Maybe that's, I was a theater kid, and everything else. I like musicals and show tunes. Maybe the reason I've never been happy and never committed to anything is because I just should have gone gay. Because you seem happy and carefree and everything else.
It's never too late to start,
I want
Mike.
6 cats and one named Aloysius that I kick and put in the dryer every now and then.
It's great because if you run out of shirts, you just take one of hers and it's fun. You share clothes and
don't have to have feminine hygiene products under the sink.
Well, I mean,
you
wouldn't.
me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't believe you're visualizing this.
I'm just thinking. I'm looking at all my options right now.
All right.
What?
Interesting. Hey, I mean, I won't hate you for it.
Are you
It's
homophobic?
2019.
No, just interesting.
What? Is that frowned upon the Latino
I just
community?
find it funny right now.
I'm just asking.
I just can't wait till Sanchez draws something of you talking about how you're coming out the closet, and that cover that's gonna come out for this episode is just you coming out of the closet.
I'm not saying I'm coming out.
You could just do halfway though. You could do the bi thing.
Yeah.
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 Do a little half and half.
Yeah, it worked for Freddie Mercury. It could work for me.
There
What
you
happened
go.
to Freddie? Oh, he died of
He
AIDS.
died of AIDS.
Shit.
Oof. We got AIDS on the list? Or?
It's on the topic tonight. So let's get to your comedy.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Oh, the song.
No.
Oh.
When did you start doing stand-up?
Oh, okay. I started, oh my God. I think it was 18. Yeah, because I was in college already. And I went to go see a improv show, Random Acts of Insanity in Daytona Beach. Okay. And on the table, there was a table tent thing, and it said, like, open mic tomorrow. And I had already written a set because my dad actually used to do stand-up. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of in my blood, I guess. And so I was like, I always grew up performing. Like, my mom was a dancer. She owned a dance studio. So I did dance recitals my whole life. Played guitar, piano. I sang. I did all of it. Like, I wouldn't get off stage as a child. And so I was like, oh, I'm sure I'll eventually try comedy. And so I wrote a set. And then when I saw the open mic thing, I was like, I'll do it. I sat my mom down. I was like, don't come to this. Because if I bomb, I don't want anybody there.
Wait, so how long were your pops doing comedy?
He did it from 17 to like 30 something up until he met my mom.
What's he actually doing, like clubs and stuff like that? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He was road hogging it. And my mom said like she was like when I met him, he had 2 suitcases. That was it. He was going for it. So yeah.
Nice. So what happened? What's he do now, or what did he end up?
He ended up going back to school, and he has a master's in philosophy, and that's what he teaches in Texas. Yeah.
So you're saying you should quit comedy?
Yeah, right. He's got a sweet house now. My stepmom's sick. Like, it's, yeah.
So was he supportive of you when you said you wanted to try comedy?
Yes. Yeah. I called him after I did it. So I called him up. I was like, hey, Dad, never going to believe what I just did. And I told him. And then he was like, oh, yeah, tell me your set. And, he didn't do the laugh thing. He just
hung
was,
up comics.
I haven't talked to him since.
I was less disappointed when you told me you were gay.
And so it was funny because he would just be like, that's good. Oh, yeah.
That's how comics are.
Yep.
Like, we can sit in the back of a room and watch a set, and it takes a lot to get me to actually laugh out loud. But, like, I can watch someone kill and just be like, yeah, it was good.
That was good.
It was good. No, I want to definitely get you on some shows. You were really funny.
Yeah. It's very rare that I'll laugh if it's so, I do like the sympathy laughs, or I'll do the laughs to get people going. Like if I'm in a small room and I notice that nobody's laughing because it's kind of uncomfortable, then I'll laugh.
You'll
but
prime it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sympathy laughs, so many times, like especially, what was that?
Royce.
Oh, hey, Royce. I was at one show out in Cocoa Beach, and it was a showcase, and there was 50, 60 people in the audience, but the only people laughing at the comics who were going up on the showcase were the other comics. I leaned over to one of the comics that I knew. I'm like, just so you know, it's a bad sign if the only people in the room that are laughing are the comics, because it's either the friends who are trying to be really supportive, but more often than not, it's comics laughing because you're doing so horribly.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is some newer comics mistake that for, I'm killing it, which keeps them going. And I'm like, But,
and then hosting for Bonkers.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. I try to laugh more because, like, in Daytona, there was a Jack Napier. Have you ever seen him?
Oh, yeah. I love Jack.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is this week.
Yeah, I think he was Satan Christ.
He goes by, I think his real name is Sean Bartolone.
Yeah.
Satan Christ.
That's how he started.
And Jack,
was Satan Christ. Then he went to Jack Napier.
And Jack Napier, of course, you're a comic book fan. You know who Jack Napier is in canon? I'm sorry.
No.
I believe it's one of the names.
I don't know who that is.
Remember, no one really knows the Joker's true origin. I think Jack Napier was the name of the henchman that either... Was he the one that killed the Wayne family or mugged them, or is he one of the henchmen who went on? So
I thought it was just the Joker's real name.
Joker has a name?
Well, that's the thing, in different origins and different suspicions.
Oh.
Jack Napier.
Nape.
So yeah, Jack used to come out. I had a room, Jack's Pub and Grub, and Jack used to come out. And for years, I just thought that was his name until he hit me up on Facebook. I'm like, who's this sharp? And Jack's one of those comics. I love watching him perform because you never know what you're going to get that night. Yeah, it depends if the heroin's kicked in or not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So,
but he told Ian Perna that he was like, this girl's a comedy genius. And so Ian, one of the first times he performed in front of me, I didn't laugh, and it's not because he wasn't good. I just don't laugh, and evidently it scarred him pretty bad because he came up to me like a little bit later and was like, "Hey, man,
Ian
you didn't laugh. You didn't laugh at my set." And I was like, "No, you're really good." He's like, "I feel like you really hate me."
Well, don't worry, neither did anybody else in the crowd.
Well, it's good that you had that conversation because unfortunately Ian passed away. I guess it's about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So don't you feel like a douche now?
Way to go, buddy.
Right? Yeah.
Did.
So, but then from then on, he would like run jokes past me, like, and then I'd be like, "Ha ha ha," like trying to make up for it. So.
And then so when you run your comedy, do you find you're doing more musical stuff nowadays, or are you doing more straight stand-up?
I'm doing less, and I hate myself for it.
Why?
I know that it's kind of in the comedian world, like music is hacky, but I just kind of don't want to let it go, I guess. But I don't really have the inspiration I used to, where I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna write a song about this.
Yeah, I actually when I started doing open mics and stuff, I had stupid songs because I come from a band background too.
Yeah.
And never really good, but enjoyed playing in bands and stuff like that. So I would try to write like a serious song. It would just come out. I can't do it. It comes out like wonky or stupid. So when I started doing longer sets to fill the time, I was breaking out the guitar and doing stupid, silly songs. And yeah, it's funny because you do get a lot, like comedians are like, oh, well, if you do anything other than stand in front of a microphone, automatically they got to label you as something. I really didn't care because to me it's always been, did the audience enjoy it?
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, having done musical comedy, sideshow comedy, comedy magic, it's also nice to get on an airplane with one bag and go, this is all I need.
That's true.
It really is. And I think as I got more confidence in my joke writing, I used the guitar less and stuff like that. But at the same time, funny is funny to me.
Yeah.
So, and we always enjoy like one of the fun things seeing you at a roast is you always take the time to write a special song for that roast, and that's always like a highlight of the night for us. We're like, what's she gonna do today? So.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're doing less and less music, you think?
Yeah, I'm not liking it, but
why not?
it's happening.
I was gonna say, then why don't you just go back and do it?
It's so I can't write new songs. Like for some reason, I just can't come up with something to write about. I don't know.
Because obviously you're so happy in your relationship, and we know music all comes from pain. So what you need to do is break up with her.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
And then write some songs and then get back together.
If it comes from pain, then I should probably just marry her.
That's a good point.
That's a
too.
good angle. That's a good
Better
angle.
point. And you know she's going to hear this and go, "That's what I've been saying."
She does every single time, because our plan is to get married. Did you know you can get married at the Taco Bell in Vegas?
Yes,
No.
I
Yeah.
saw that. Like you can, they have packages.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe
It's $400.
when Trump ordered the food for
Shut
Clemson,
up.
he just called up and said, "Send me over the wedding package."
It's great. You get a Mr. and Mrs. T-shirt. You get a bow tie made out of sauce packets, a bouquet made out of sauce packets, Baja Blast and champagne flutes, and a 12-pack of tacos.
Oh
I'm not
my
making it up, bro.
gosh.
This is legit how Rachel and I want to get married. We've talked about it
Really?
multiple times.
I'll go
So
to that
anytime
wedding.
she's like, "Oh, I want to go to Vegas," I'm like, "Nope, not
There it
no."
is.
Do they do?
I've never been to Vegas.
Does Taco Bell still do the little cinnamon twists, or do they not do those?
Yeah, they
anymore?
still do that.
I haven't ordered those in so long. I
You're
need
not
go
allowed
get
to.
those. I know.
But yeah, I think it's like $400. You order it off the menu, and they marry you right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just walk right up and order it.
And just right there, they got a guy waiting to marry you.
Yeah, I guess it.
Dude, that is funny.
Rachel has always wanted to get married in Vegas, and I don't want to do it
And
in
you
like some
always wanted
old
to get
ass.
married at Taco Bell.
I was like, I don't want to do it in one of these old ass chapels. Like,
Okay, you don't want the Elvis impersonator.
No.
married- Ah.
So yeah, that's the plan. Eventually,
wild.
maybe in another 10 years. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. And if you guys do, I will totally go out there for that.
Awesome.
I will witness the Taco Bell wedding because I got 10 minutes to kill. So, yeah.
Dude, look at the bouquets made out of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they throw, what is that, chips? They throw chips
Over
on the
sauce
ground
packet?
instead of all those sauce packs.
You know when Melania leaves Trump, this is where his next wedding's going to
Oh,
be.
absolutely.
I had to pay for the wedding myself because the Democrats.
It's funny, they have the same kind of decor of the
Yeah,
the
they got
White
like
House.
the nice. That's where he got the idea.
That's where you got the idea from. Dude, that's funny. I never knew. What is that? A cinnamon? That's a cinnamon twist cake.
And that looks good.
Yeah, buddy.
What about you? You got married on what? A cruise ship, right?
I got married on a cruise ship.
Did they serve tacos?
They just had a buffet. I don't know what the hell they had.
That's how invested you were in this wedding.
No, I was invested in this because it's my money. But I was super invested into this.
You just let her pick everything they
Yeah, man. I'm very laid back when it comes to that because I get it. It's the women's day. It's the ladies' day. They do whatever the hell they want. You're not going to win. So
how's that going to work out on your wedding?
yeah, how's that work out?
Both of you.
Who
It's your
makes the
special
shot
day.
call? Well, I mean, Taco Bell wedding.
Whose father's going to pay for it?
I
Jesus.
want crunchy. I want soft. We can't make this shit work.
I mean,
Who's going to pick up the $29.30?
the $400 wedding. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think we'll just go halvesies on it. I don't.
Halvesies on the $400 wedding.
We'll probably sell Aloysius and use that money.
We're a partner in life and a partner in pain.
I would go to this wedding for the record.
Kermit would DJ it for
I would
you.
DJ your
Yes!
wedding at Vegas, Taco Bell. You come out to tequila. Down there.
So,
That would be great.
yeah, I had something happen to me recently where, I love doing comedy and I love doing, anything I can that pertains to it. And I've been working, doing side jobs with the company for years, doing some, various projects for them, sketch work and stuff like that. And a few years back, they actually asked me, they're like, hey, you've been with us for quite a few years. How would you like to get onto the agent side of things? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So I've been doing that as a part-time gig because my mornings are off once the kids go to school, and it's been a great extra income coming in, and everything like that. And then something happened where I decided, when I found out what the full-time people were making, I'm like, wait a minute, you get paid that and benefits? And I'm like, man, and it works around my comedy schedule, and I love the job. I love the people and everything. I'm like, yeah, that if anything ever opens up, I'd be down for, they're like, well, we only have 3 spots who do full time, and then, you're the part-time guy. I'm like, yeah, I get that. But then I got a call this morning, actually, and it turns out one of the people is taking off, and the call was like to let me know that person was taken off. The highest person in the company had already found a friend to to fill that position. And I realized I've seen so many movies of people with real jobs and everything like that, where it's always like you got passed over by someone else. But this was the first time in my life in an occupational setting. Like, you don't worry about that in comedy. People go past you all the time. Yeah. But you figure in comedy, it's weird because there's no, hey, go do this for 5 years, then we'll move you up to this, then we'll move. There's none of that. People come and go all different times. They go up and they come down just as quick as they went up. So everybody moves at a different time in comedy. But with this, it was like, so wait a minute. I've worked with you guys for 10 years. I've done this job for 3. And I cover for you guys when you're on vacation. I can do this job. I know the ins and outs of it. But now when this position comes up, you're going with someone who's not even, no experience. And I'm like, so I guess.
Why would they call you to tell you?
Well, because I'm going to have to deal with this person.
Okay. I was about to say, hey, you know that spot you wanted to open up? We filled it.
And the thing is, like, comedy-wise, I pay the bills and everything like that. But there are definite perks. Like, when you're doing stand-up for yourself, I don't have something set. Like, I pay for my own insurance out of pocket. Mm-hmm. I got there's not a savings plan, really. It's like, don't spend it. That's my savings plan. So this was something where all these perks and the better salary and everything else, and they asked me, they're like, they offered me more hours, and they're like, we can offer you some more hours. And I'm like, I think you're missing the point here. I feel like I just got kicked in the gut right now, And they're like, no, and the people who are directly above me were all like upset about it. They're like, what do you mean? We've had Mike for years. He's great. He does it, and so I guess my question to you guys is, have you ever been passed over for something that you feel like you were perfect for? Because this is my first time actually dealing with it.
I don't know about perfect for.
Or better for. Like, have you ever had a job go some other day? I know that's weird for you because you've always.
Go ahead. Finish your sentence.
Well, I'm saying it'd be really shitty if your dad said, I know you're my son and I trained you and you run this gym with me, but I just found this guy outside who was looking for work. He doesn't know any karate, but I'm thinking this is the way to go.
No, I haven't had that situation done to me.
Or have you had a competition or a contest you were in where it was obvious that you should have been? I'm not talking the usual comic ego.
I was about to say, any comedy contest. I
thought I was going to say martial art wise? No, you get your ass whooped, that's just plain and simple.
Yeah, there's a definite, yeah.
I should have won that. Your nose is on the other side of your face. Oh, well. Should have still. No.
It's just funny because I feel like this is the underlying theme of a lot of the 80s movies I watched, growing up, where it was like the guy's like, going to work today. Today's the day. Ned's retiring. I'm going to get that job.
Get that promotion.
And it gets there and it's like, hey, Steve, we're so glad you're here today. You remember my nephew, Eric. Oh, hey, Eric. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, so here's what we need you to do. We need you to take Eric through, show him the course. What? Yeah, he's taking over Ned's position. What about? Well, yeah, you are the best. That's why we called you in to train him. It's like, and then the movie just spirals, and some road trip happens. At the end, he just ends up telling off his boss, and in the long run, he gets everything he wants. So my whole thing, and the girl. So my whole thing is, that's kind of where I'm at. Like when they offered me the almost what's it called when it's like, we're not going to give you that, but we'd like to offer you that. I was like, I'm going to need some time to think about that.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, it's like I have no leverage in the situation. There's nothing I can be like, well, I'm packing up my stuff and going. It's I need the job.
Yeah.
I need that extra income right now.
I mean, I'm trying to think of situations where I've been like that, but nah, this seems like just that black cloud that loves to follow you. That seems about right.
I don't think I've.
It really is.
Dude, it just. I was like,
it was like,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what's funny? I'm glad you're saying that, because when I first started telling you about this, you thought it was all in my head, but now I can actually come in here week after week and show you. I don't make this shit up. This is actually what it is. So, yeah, in a perfect world, like in my younger me, I would have been like, take this job and shove it. And now I got like the 3 people who depend on me and all that other crap. So you stick it out, you always, when you're a kid, you're like, if you don't like your job, why you stay there? Or I hate that when I see that on Facebook. People are like, if you're not happy where you work, change your life. It's like, that's a single person with no responsibilities. That's someone who doesn't have kids they pay for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Oh, well. So thanks for letting me bring that up and then proving it's just me.
This has been another therapy session with Mike on Obligatory Podcast.
If you're out there and you're listening, I'm looking. So,
and if you're the person that took Mike's job, go fuck yourself. So,
Yeah.
He's a good guy, but yeah, you go fuck yourself. So, switching up the gears of your depression. Let's bring it back.
I'll just be over here and depressed.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
That's why we brought Sam, because Sam is a delight to have.
That's so sweet.
We talked about this earlier.
Yes.
You said that you were going to work on a jingle for us.
Yes.
You did.
I did. I wrote 2 of them. They might not sound good.
Because this is our original opening right here.
And there's nothing original about that.
No, and then
you stole that from
Breaking Bad /
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then this is the ending of it. So that's our beginning, our ending.
Yes.
So
I don't have a beginning and ending.
well, no, but
It's just like 4 lines.
it's for.
It's just
I like it.
We just want a jingle.
we just want
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
So you want to put the other mic over there?
Yeah, I'm just like thinking, like, man, I know deep down you're pissed off about that whole job. I feel the energy from my like he probably went through it already, but now he's reliving it, telling us he's just like getting already pissed off.
It's funny because I had so much stuff with that specific company today that I didn't have time to feel bad about it till I got here.
Did you?
Yeah. But yeah, I wish I could go into more details about it, but it was just one of those.
Yeah, like
really?
Yeah,
really? And it's not like openings pop up all the time with this company. So it was like, no, this was supposed to be the,
And you can't share too much, so we got to talk about it off air, which sucks.
Yeah, it's very secretive.
I mean, I've seen it happen, like in the restaurant industry with people who are way more qualified to be a manager, and then you got a shit stick running their place instead.
All right. Well, happier notes. You got. Did you name your guitar?
I don't think I named it.
She's like, I call it Ibanez. That's the name it came with.
Yeah.
I think
I do like
back
the pink
in the day,
capo,
but I don't
though.
remember.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, hang on. Let's try this.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. It's just like, okay. I don't know how much of a... Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike. It's obligatory because originally they didn't want to do it, but Kermit spent all his money on new equipment. So here we are. Okay, so here we are, and here you are, and you're probably driving in the car. So what better to do with your time than listen to the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike?
I like it.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
We'll have to do another recording where I'm not laughing.
And then there was another one. Okay. Okay. Do you want to be here? Neither do we. That's why we call it the Obligatory. We talk about farts, food, Mike's kids, $5,000 beds, girls' comedies, Kermit's butthole, and most importantly, we talk about current events with perfect accuracy. Oh,
all right.
No, you remember that one episode where they talked about Vice President John McClane? All right, maybe the facts are right, but here's the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike.
Yay!
That one's actually my favorite.
All right.
I like it.
So that's two.
that
We're
was my
recording
favorite.
both of those after we get
Dude,
off air.
that's my favorite. I want that on this board. That was great.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
That was
that's so
amazing.
exciting. I'm glad you guys liked them.
I basically just went from almost ending my own life to going, oh, no, that's great. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a mega fan.
I'm glad we have that on recording. I want to hear it again.
We got to do a better recording.
You definitely got to do a better recording.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, that was funny.
That was awesome.
That's funny.
Kermit's beds.
Yeah, buttholes and Mike's
Kermit
kids.
Yeah, we did talk about Mike's kids. I love them.
Oh, gosh. My favorite was the Transformers one.
Which one was that?
The one where you're talking about their Halloween costume. And you were like, okay, it's like 30 minutes till Halloween, but I just saw this YouTube video
Yeah.
of this father who built an entire costume out of cardboard. I have to build a mini cardboard one first. You took that shit very seriously.
I did, and the way I got out of that, if you remember, is telling we'll do it for MegaCon. And now MegaCon's sneaking up, and I'm like, I'm not making those phones. In fact, the kid, you remember, you know how long we've been doing this now? It's almost a year now.
It's almost a year.
It's almost a year now. And the way I realized that was the kid came home from Cub Scouts night, and he had that fucking box with the little block of wood in it, because one of our first episodes was talking about me having to make that pine wood dirt. I had no tools. I'm sitting there with like a fucking chisel. I'm watching YouTube videos of how people cheat, and you know, and you end up doing most of the work on this car yourself. And I remember when my dad had me in Cub Scouts and he was building my car, I'm like, when do I get to do something? He's like, when you have kids of your own. You know? And that's really what it is. It's on race day. It's supposedly your kid's car, but you're sitting there going, "That's my car racing right there." And he did good. He won the award for his. He was a wolf, and he won in the wolf division, and he took second overall in the entire competition. So yeah, remember? I think I showed you pictures. It looked like he was into Iron Fist. So we painted the car up like Iron Fist. It was green with the little dragon logo and everything else. So we got to figure out what we're doing this year, but we're going to win this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to do his best this year. Going to fucking hollow it out, weight that fucker down.
See, my mom was a single mother, and so my brother was in Cub Scouts, and so he did the Pinewood Derby thing, and he had to go to a sleepover with some other kids, so some other kid's father could carve out his box. And he came back with just the piece of wood or whatever, with like it looks like a car, but it wasn't painted.
And meanwhile, you were going over other girls' houses to get your box carved out.
Boom!
Boom! That was the obligatory lesbian joke.
Obligatory lesbian joke.
But my mom just helped him decorate it, so my brother got like the most.
So I had glitter.
Yeah, it did actually. It was red with glitter.
You bedazzled the damn box card.
So he won on like how good the car looked, not on how fast it went.
Yeah. I think Aiden actually got one for the paint job that I did. So, and I totally get that because Baby's mama is the one that kind of takes them most nights to Scouts, and I make special appearances. And like I go Halloween because they do the trunk or treating thing, and then I think the first time I met a lot of them was when I went out and did we did the Pinewood Derby last year. So
isn't it nice not having kids?
I would
like all that. Oh, like
from what I remember, it was wonderful.
Wait, what?
Not having kids.
All these chores you got to do now, man.
I mean, come on, dude. Do you ever sit there and did you ever want kids?
I mean, I still can officially.
But right? I mean, if you sit there and you do the math, you're what, 35 right now?
36.
36. So if you had a kid like tonight, which is kind of impossible, but if you had a kid like tonight, how old are you going to be when he's 18?
I don't know. You're doing the math for
me to do the math?
Hell yeah, I ain't doing this. You started it.
We carry the 4.
54?
Yeah, 50. So you'd be 54 when he's 18.
That's fine.
You think so?
Figure the shit out.
I mean, you got to sit there.
I mean, I'm not the one that's got to worry about it. She has to worry about it. She's the one that has that old egg. And by the time she gets like 35.
How old is she?
She's 29.
She's dating an old man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
7 years. Yep. What do you guys even have in common? I mean, she's so funny and smart.
Yeah.
Because we like the food.
What's gonna on a
$5,000 bet?
Yeah. What's gonna happen in 4 years where you gotta take a pill every time you want to?
We got the bed. That way it moves. You've been in it. That thing helps out, son of a bitch.
The bed just has like a dick.
You actually told me that thing's horrible for sex.
Well, it is, but that's not the point.
It's got memory foam. It's just, if you go in there, it's just an indentation of Kermit rolled over on his side.
Oh gosh! So if you don't have sex in the bed, should I have not sat on your couch?
Wait, what the hell's the couch got to do?
That is a pretty comfortable couch.
We haven't had sex on this couch.
Okay.
Why not?
Yes, we haven't. I don't know.
Haven't got around to it.
I guess we just love the bed that much. It's just the couches. Can you just
like
fall
the
right?
challenge of the bed.
You're just like, and then we go right to sleep. And you just
Are you one of those guys that's like only gonna have sex in a bed?
I'm like that.
Are you?
I'm
get
kind of
so
like
mad.
that too. I used to not. Then I'm just like, man, why?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kitchen.
Like if you're in the
Screw
spur of the
this.
moment, it's like, can we take 15 steps? Can you just put it on pause and let's go get comfortable? This is.
Wow. Just to listen to you guys and the passion in your relationship.
I have sensitive skin. I get hives. Okay.
I ain't getting no rug burns on this ass.
I feel like I see Kermit being like, when they're making out and things start to get hot and heavy, he's like, wait a minute, be right back. And then he runs into the room and he puts the rose petals down and everything. It needs to be perfect.
Yeah.
It needs to be a little spritz of just perfume.
I wear a cape.
Oh boy. Right on the nutsack.
Thank you. Good. Thanks for the idea.
He wears a cape over his butthole because he's so self-conscious for the last time.
It says do not enter.
He's just got a flap on it now.
It's like a back
never
door.
again.
No, a healthy sex life is a huge, important part of a good relationship, from what I hear.
From what I hear.
Oh, God, we should let her keep the guitar because now I'm sad again.
Whip out that guitar. Sorry.
So what you got coming up? You're doing the Jeff Jones next weekend.
And then I think that same week I'm going to be in Melbourne for the Love of the Arts Loda.
Oh yeah.
Show.
It's
like an all women's or something.
It's for this month,
Yes.
the 30th or the 28th.
It's a
Like how Michael's like,
I
yeah,
gotta
I'm on
check-
that. Wait, what?
Yeah, I think I am.
All
actually.
women's? Wait,
the
what?
26th.
Okay, yeah, because I actually got asked. I did a gig out in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's a guy named Trell that booked that. And he came up to me right after I got off stage. He's like, "Hey, man, are you open at the end of the month? I'd run
Nice.
Lotus. Have you been
Yeah.
out there before?
Yeah.
Is it a good room?
It's always a different room.
No.
Like they move around, but they have a crowd, I guess, that follows them. So it's always a good
okay.
crowd. But it's a mix, so it's Love of the Arts. So it's not just comedy. There's poetry and music as well. So sometimes it's like, oh, you're gonna follow a poet now.
I was gonna say,
but
have you ever done one of those all arts mics where you got to go up after?
Yeah. I'm
you
not a
just
fan.
did 15
Yeah.
minutes of spoken word.
Yeah, they like pour their heart out, how they like lost somebody, and then you're like, hey, everybody. So I was
Yeah,
at Target,
yeah.
and fuck that guy.
what was it? The last time I did a show, actually, one of the poets was funnier than I was. Like, I was like, you are rhyming and hilarious. Get off. Like,
You're like,
This is
I
not
should
your
have
section."
brought the guitar.
Ugh.
And that's at Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the same as open mics, is it? Is that the same place?
No.
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 Oh,
Different guy, different venues.
I don't know. I never really go out to Melbourne.
Open mics is actually a great room.
Amazing.
I love
That's the
going
only
out
room
there.
I've ever done out in Melbourne.
I actually went out there last week for their 6-year anniversary show. So that was a good time. It was packed out. A lot of fun.
It's safe to say we're done. You know, it doesn't like we have to keep pushing the conversation. All right.
I
Okay.
just feel like we should end on something big. I feel like we should have more show prep.
We did show prep, and then
Yeah, I
Sam
got
killed
notes.
it with that freaking song.
Yeah, we should end it at the song.
We should have ended at the song because the
Can
song
we
was
edit
pretty.
this and just leave on the song?
We could.
We should probably do that.
I could do that.
We should definitely do that.
I mean, did we talk about no? But then we leave out the whole.
Your butt capes on the butthole.
Oh. Yeah, okay, we can leave.
We
this.
can't leave out capes on a butthole.
We can-
Well, if we're gonna start deleting stuff, let's just delete over the whole, me being depressed thing. 'Cause
no. That
downer.
stays. That stays. In.
Oh, sure, you enjoy that. See, that's why I feel like I should have married you, because you enjoy seeing me in pain, and if that's not a relationship, what is?
That's true, though.
I don't love
it when
seeing you
Rachel-
in pain.
I know you do.
It just brings me a little joy.
A
Is
little
that
bit.
normal in relationships? Like when your significant other is hurting, you laugh at them?
No, wait. What time out? Like physically or like
Yeah.
like she banged her like foot on the corner?
No, like she went to the hospital.
Oh, she works there. She goes there all the time.
Oh. No, Rachel, she like hurt
Oh,
her
yours.
leg. Yeah. And she went to the hospital. And when we got back from the hospital, like her knee, like she ended up having like that plantar's, I don't know how to pronounce it, thing.
But she
Yeah, in her heel. So it's like she's doing stretching exercises now and stuff for it. Yeah, poor baby.
Okay.
And so like she still had her hospital bracelet on and everything. And so I went up the stairs first and I made sure to go up like really quickly. And then I was like, oh, that was easy. She's still on the second step.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You made it sound like is it okay if I like smack her in the head with like a bat and then that's hilarious. Like pranks on you.
I think people use humor when they don't. Sometimes, especially us, like we don't know how to be properly emotional. So sometimes
I'm horrible at that.
The worst.
I'm the worst.
My father, I think I was 5 years old, and he had me on his shoulders, and he was carrying me up the steps to our house, and he miscalculated the distance between a plant hanger and my head. And he shattered the plant hanger with my head, and they had to rush me to the emergency room to do stitches. And he went in there with me, and while they had sedated me a little bit and put the stitches in, and we were waiting for the doctor to come back in, and he just leans in and he's like, hey, you'll do anything for attention, huh? And I just like, I was like, I was 5, and it was the funniest thing ever because, like, obviously I didn't try to, break the pie.
Yeah.
And that's rather than my dad going, hey, I'm sorry. Had plowed your head into a plant or broke in. Now you're here getting stitches, so you'll never be able to shave your head and look good someday. Let's hope you don't go bald.
My family's always been
I'm on my way. I get it. I saw that I love me. You said that, you son of a bitch.
I'm fat. You're bald. Together, we'd be the perfect American male.
Or like a G.I. Joe packet.
Gosh.
Well, I think that's it for us for episode 40. I should have looked at it again. Yeah, 48.
What you got coming up this week? Yeah, anything?
I'm going to be at Improv tomorrow for Sean Finity.
Mr. Finity, who was just on Jimmy Fallon last week.
Jimmy Fallon.
He did so well. Did y'all see it?
Yep, he did good. And that's it. No, I don't know. We don't keep track of our schedule. We just look at like, oh, you're on a show? Oh, yeah, I'm on Saturday.
I don't know until they put the flyer on. Thank God for Kermit. I wouldn't know about any of my shows.
Yeah, so what about you, Mike? You're anywhere? You're always somewhere. You work more than all of us.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I'm taking some time off right now to re-examine my life.
But a puss. Sam, what are you doing?
No, I'm actually, I got a lot of writing stuff to do this week. So I got my NBC late night writer submission packet. I got to finish that and get that in. And then,
fancy.
And then I've been working with Louis Anderson on my 5 to 6 minute set for late night. So
that will be freaking fun.
That's so exciting.
Will be fun, only if it works out.
It'll work out, man. You got to be somewhat positive.
Have you met me?
Yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah.
I mean,
can you sell fire watches online? Like, just do the pitch.
Yeah.
Do the pitch on.
Do you merch?
He goes to Jimmy Fallon and he does a damn Firewatch pitch on Jimmy Fallon.
I would rather do 6 minutes on QVC than 5 minutes on Fallon. Yeah. And yeah.
Wait, what?
I would QVC, man. Just seeing me.
Oh, QVC. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait.
Home Shopping Network type stuff. Just showing me do like 5 minutes with a firewall. Seeing those numbers of in stock disappear. Just great. I'd pay for your wedding out in Vegas. You know what I would do?
$400.
I would go ahead and actually, call the Clemson Tigers and be like, "Look, dude, I'm taking you out for the same dinner. Someone had to.
The same dinner.
It's gotta be me." Yeah. So so just working on that stuff, and we'll see where it goes. And I gotta tell you, if I do get my late night shot, I become famous, I want you to know I will never talk to you again.
That sounds fair.
That's right.
What podcast am I gonna listen to? Like, can you think of me for a fucking minute?
Kermit talk. I'm like, man, my New Year's resolution this year is to get a decent TV craze. Like, the camera adds 10 pounds, right, fat ass? So.
Did I say that?
I pictured you saying that.
I'm like, whoa. I was like, damn, man, I said that too.
Like, did you see my pictures at the gym the other night?
Yeah.
It was a ghost town. I was the only one in there. I was
proud of you that day.
I had my that day. You sound like my dad. The one time I actually almost gave a shit about you? Please tell me. The time I rammed your head into a flower pot and you didn't sell me out to your mom. Took the stitches like a man. But yeah, dude, it was funny because like there wasn't even like the attendant there. Like there was a sign, please scan your key tag or whatever. So I scanned my key tag. I was there for an hour, saw nobody. Like they could have been held up, bound and gagged in the back, waiting for someone to come in. I'm like, too bad. I got to do 35 on the elliptical. I can't be playing hero today, But Planet Fitness isn't like a really big cash business. You'd have to be a real jackass to be like, let's go. We're gonna knock over Planet Fitness for all the Tootsie Rolls they got, But yeah, I just had my iPod on, and for some reason, I didn't set it to, what's it called, where it just randomly keeps
Shuffle?
Yeah, I didn't set it to shuffle, so I'd start out with Toto Africa, just play once, and then just kept playing. I was too lazy to change it, so I was just.
You worked out a Toto to Africa?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite songs.
35 minutes.
Dude.
What a fucking, what
an
a
hour,
hardcore
it
pump.
was 35 on the tread, or the elliptical, but there's that just. Gonna take a lot to take me. I was singing, like, at first I started, like, hear the winds echo in the night.
Jeez.
Nobody's around, and then, like, 30 minutes in, it was just full blast, horrible Planet Fitness karaoke.
Were you singing?
Yeah, out loud.
So there's a tape of this.
Acoustics.
There's got to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
they,
they have
don't have
24
audio there, so it's just like me.
So you frolicking around like a fairy.
Oh my
For a while, I started singing louder, hoping somebody would come out and be like, "Would you shut up?" Because I really felt like I was doing. Did they just leave the doors unlocked? And I'm like not supposed to be here. So, yeah, but that's it. But yeah, man. So no, I've stuck to. You gave me a workout schedule.
Yes.
I've stuck to it. For the
Yes.
most part, I've stuck to the diet.
Yes.
So we'll see how things go.
Let's see how things go.
Yep.
I'm proud of you, Mike.
Well, thanks.
As a listener of this podcast, I've been waiting.
Do you want
a
to be the
year
co-host of
for
this
you
podcast?
to-
Do you want you have stories and talent and like we both like women. Do you want to be on this?
I mean, I don't have Preacher Lawson buying me pretty things though. So
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just-
You don't know
I
the
like
difference between a white cock and a black cock.
Hey, thank you, Preacher Lawson. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, you guys ain't gonna make me talk bad about it. I ain't biting the hand that feeds. I love you, Preacher Lawson. I'm your
That
number
should have
one
been
fan.
the name of this podcast, Biting the Hand That Feeds. Should have been it.
I gotta write a new song.
Hey, have we heard from the other obligatory podcasts since
Oh, the kids that did it against us?
the teenagers or
Nah,
something?
they
like
gave
that?
up. I knew they're gonna give up. Come on, man. They couldn't keep up.
They
Yeah.
did like a podcast, which the whole purpose was to be like, so there's some people who took on it. And it wasn't a podcast; it was a video on YouTube or something like that.
Oh
and I think
gosh,
we've
that
done.
is great.
Yeah, there's
Did-
it's
you
a
ever-
gamer.
Yeah, it was,
I haven't seen it, but I remember you guys talking about it.
Yeah, it was weird because when we came up with the name for the obligatory podcast, we went through all these names, and then we fed the name into all these websites to make sure it wasn't registered anywhere or anything like
That's
that.
them right there. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to click on their crap.
And yeah, so we started doing it. And I think we were like 3 or 4 episodes in,
Yeah.
and then when they posted, it's like, okay, well, you put a video up on YouTube, but you put it up 3 years ago, and there's been nothing since. So I don't think just putting a video on YouTube and calling it like, I can't like film me doing 30 minutes and be like, I got a sitcom on YouTube, you know? That's
Yeah.
not how it works. So, and then they came out with another one, their episode number 2 or 3.
Oh my god.
And they were like, we're gonna defend it. And also, we're the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Mike.
I just find it funny. I was just like, I never Googled ourselves. I'm like, oh shit, look at all these damn.
Yeah,
That is so
Sanchez does some great artwork for us. I will
Yeah.
say that.
So,
How's your podcast with him going?
drawing laughs.
Yeah.
It's there. It's going. It's fun. I mean, we get nerds on it, so it's fun. It's all nerd talk. Yeah.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, dude.
There's another podcast.
There's another podcast.
Oh my god.
But it's all like, but it's YouTube only.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
so everything we
Yeah.
just said about those other people.
Yeah, but ours is actually entertaining.
So it's not
'cause-
really a podcast.
And there's more than 2 episodes?
Yeah, there's like 12 now.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know how Sanchez draws, so that's the focus. It's just
Okay.
drawing, and then we're talking about movies and comic books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nothing like this. It's just
Yeah.
So it's not a podcast.
we call it a podcast, but not really because you can't listen to it in your car unless you
I
listen
don't
to
like
it.
that.
No, you do it the same way we listen to me. Like, before I even started using Pandora, I have the same songs on my iTunes that I've had for like 10 years. I haven't added any new tracks. Whenever there's a song I want, I go to YouTube, I put in that video, and then I just drive listening to the video. That's in fact, I gotta show you this. You ever go on Gig Masters or Gig Salad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Salad.
There's a local comedian, air quotes, who I guess has been getting a lot of work through there. And I went and read some of his reviews, and one of the reviews was his act was not appropriate for the audience. That being said, he was a very nice guy. I just don't think our guests enjoyed his material. Also, he said he was going to DJ afterwards, which consisted of him plugging in his iPhone and going to YouTube
and
just
I know who you're talking about now.
fading out the volume.
We don't speak
For
his
the
name.
ads?
Yeah, fading. So there was just gaps. I mean, at least you have the courtesy to actually have paid for the free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can end one song and go into another one. This one's like, oh, what you want here next? Yeah, I got that. Hang on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I know.
Volume down, volume down, volume down, volume up. There you go.
I know
Oh
exactly what
my
you're talking
gosh.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know.
Yeah.
We have
we'll
to tell you off
you.
air.
Okay.
We'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Yay.
Our rule on this show is very simple. We only talk shit about people we like. So,
Yeah, and we don't like this.
Yeah. Like if we like you, we will trash you to hell and back. But if we don't like you, we're very respectful about your privacy. It's weird, but that's how we do it.
Yeah.
So, well, Samantha, thank you so much for coming on the
thank
show.
you.
Thank you
we
so
definitely
much.
gotta get a better recording of those
The songs? Yeah, we'll
those
do it
songs
today.
because I want that one of them.
I want the last one for sure.
I think we should keep them both.
I want both of them. I want both of them. That way
Yeah.
we can mess with them. Then I can put them on the board.
Yeah. I like
That
it.
is awesome.
And then whenever a show's not working out for us, we can just throw that.
Throw the song on.
Yeah. And then when we start doing our meeting our fans, our live things, we can just have her come and play the intro.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That'd be great. And then she can sit in.
She can sit in and
Then
just.
she can replace me after I go through my depression.
Oh boy, here we go.
Gonna take a lot to take me away from you.
Oh, he's so depressed. Oh my
sad.
goodness. Talking
I
about
just want to hold
Sometimes the only thing that gets me through is Toto.
you know, Toto in Spanish means pussy.
Like I said.
And with that said, this
Yeah.
has been episode 48. Now I'm going to make sure I always mess that up. Episode 48 of the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike, with our special guest, Samantha Ivy. Thank you so much for coming and, of course, writing our new jingle.
Oh, yeah.
We can't wait to have it. And with that said, you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, all that. And with that said, we're out of here.
If you're not listening to us, it's because you don't want to.
And yeah. Anything else?
No.
Nope. All right. Bye.
Bye. Do you want to be here? Neither do we. That's why we call it the obligatory. We talk about farts, food, Mike's kids, $5,000 beds, girls, comedy, and Kermit's butthole. And most importantly, they talk about current events with perfect accuracy. I'm just kidding. You remember that one time that they spent the entire episode talking about Vice President John McClane? Yeah, maybe the facts aren't right, but here's the Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and Mike.